Alright, folks, and welcome back to the channel here to discuss Celtic advancing to the quarterfinals of the Scottish Cup to set up a Derby quarterfinal at Ibrox against Rangers. We'll also discuss the busy schedule that Celtic now find themselves in. I'm joined by Alistair to go over everything. Alistair, how you doing?
I'm good, mate. Yourself?
Aye, good. We may as well start with obviously the Scottish Cup. It was a performance we got through, which was obviously the positive, but the performance, it was really hard to watch that.
I must admit, Josh, though we started by enough, but it's like if we don't score in the first 10 minutes, it turns into a slog. That seems to be a trend these days. But though we started all right, but no, as you say, it wasn't the best, but Cup was all but winning, and thanks to a lovely back heel, that's very. That if it never does anything else, at the end of the day, that that is what that is what it'll be remembered for. Hopefully more, but it'll be remembered for that because of how late it was.
Aye. No, I thought, I'm going to be honest with you, I'm not going to dress up as anyone else. I thought it was dreadful, if I'm being honest. But
You text me during it and you went, this, your actual words were, this is fucking dreadful.
no, and I thought we were, especially first half, I thought first half was really bad. Just felt they were, and I just felt that we were we were just no doing anything, and Dundee were defending really well. I thought Dundee were actually pretty good. Were organised and
I
were set
got
up.
them well organised. I said that in the preview.
Aye. and
That
it
was my
frus-
fear.
and it frustrated Celtic. Right in the second half, Alistair. The Dundee player scores a really good goal. I'm not going to take it away from outstanding, really good finish. Because that's the risk that you run. I think you just get a team's confidence, especially at Celtic Park, get them into the game. But I think it starts with Scales just being caught so far forward, like it's done, and then obviously the
McGregor's no
finish.
great either, because
Aye,
he's got a chance to, I'm not being funny, trip him up here. But it's a kind of lays the leg and then Skills is kind of caught in between their go their back off.
aye. No, I
And
know. It's just there was just so, and it just matched the game. I think it was just a game full of indecision from Celtic, just no making the right decisions at the right times for me, and that's for me a Calvin a good example of it. I mean, so then you're 1-0 down, you're thinking, oh, here we go again. And I actually thought at the time, I was like, what was we going to the whole boycott and whatever? I says, watch people blame us in the boycott if we lose here.
I was waiting on it. I was
Um,
waiting on it. It's your fault you didn't go.
and I actually text people when I was talking to Nathan, that text him, and I was like, watch people blame the boycott on this. Watch, this is somehow the boycott's fault. And see, even after that, I thought we were so, my main criticism of this Celtic team is, Celtic teams in the past go 1-0 down and they're calm and they're composed. And do you know what? We'll get back into this. This Celtic team looked scared. They were
The
like, shit.
panic, the panic. Yeah.
Aye. So the ball, it would just got to the point where we're just slumping the ball at the park and expecting Calvin Carrot to perform miracles, which just wasn't happening.
I kind of felt sorry for him. The way you mention him, Josh. I felt the lack of service. He's obviously a player that likes to put his feet so he can turn you and run at you that way. But he's not, and Martin O'Neill said that, he's not a target man.
No,
That's not his game.
no. I did feel sorry because he just had no service. And, a lot of people want to moan about the forward options. And I'm like, but the centre forward's only as good as what's behind them. And what,
It's a cliche. A centre forward's only as good as the 10 guys behind them.
aye. And the 10 guys behind them were useless, if I'm being honest. I just, we're going to individual positions in a minute and speak about it because there's been a few positions in the park that I just look and go at. You're no keep filling me with any confidence with this running that we've got obviously incoming. So, um,
That's not a running, that's a gauntlet run.
no, exactly. And I mean, I thought we had some chances. Tierney pulls a good save at the goalkeeper.
I thought
Tonight,
Tierney, I thought Tierney will go into the the two tackles on him in a minute because I really want to talk about a couple of refereeing decisions. But I I do think I do think Tierney has been getting better and better each game, Josh. I really do. It was nice to see Sarachi back as well while we're talking about left back. But
no,
no,
I thought Tierney has been good. I think he's been consistently just kind of went under the radar, but he was creating chances. But apart from that, there was just about nothing going on. We bring on the subs, Alistair. I mean, Taneki comes on and I just kind of sink in my chair and I'm like, here we go again. Um, and Junior Adamu, he comes on, you think, right, let's see what
you
kind
got
of.
the name right. You've been practicing that.
I know. To be fair, I remembered it the last kind of few minutes. So, but then Adamu comes on. What was the talk about? How because obviously we've seen two new players starting. Obviously going into that. They come on and kind of make the impact. Finally, you think he's done and it's the last chance. We get the ball into the box. Taneki gets the ball and at that point I'm just thinking out the park it goes then. But for once the guy actually puts a decent ball in and it's a good finish from Adamu and he probably spells her blushes, let's be honest with ourselves, because
Well, let's be honest, Josh. That goal kinda you knew we were going through after that because Dundee hit the floor.
aye, no,
You knew
definitely.
you knew we were going through after that.
Aye.
But
In terms of the new signings, Alistair, I mean, one's obviously had a lot more impact than the other. Obviously, we scored the winning goal. Joe Mavuka, I mean,
I don't want to judge him, but it's not a good sign, Josh.
no.
I thought he
Um,
was lightweight, to be honest.
I
And as
just
I
thought he
say,
would
I
try and
don't want
cross
to
the.
judge him.
I just thought he would try and cross the ball and it would just go out the park more times and actually go anywhere. I'm trying hard not to judge him because, yeah, again, it's not his fault. He's not played football and God knows how long, and we're expecting him to hit the ground running. But you know, but nah, the fact he's come off at half time isn't great. And what I don't like either is that it then shifts Yang onto the left hand side, where Yang isn't very good on the left hand side compared to the right hand side.
I
So
prefer Young in the right, yeah.
I think the right hand side is more effective. So if you put Mavuka in there and you're moving Yang to the left hand side, um, you're completely, I mean, the output of Yang, to be honest with you. I don't know. As I say, I'm not trying to judge him too much. I think I'm not going to say that he's a flop already. I'll give him some sort of time, but you were looking to see maybe just a bit more, a bit like something like a confidence builder to say, well, maybe this is a good signing because unfortunately that's what I've been left with. But it just didn't do that for me. It probably made me more wary that was this even worth it with the signing. But we'll obviously see what happens.
Let's, I'm going to call it as I see it. To me, to me, when Vuku was was bought to save face, to think we were supposed to be getting him for £3 million, it ends up being a loan with an option to buy, and he's hooked after one game. And I'm going to be honest, Joy. I already have got a fair idea he's going to be too lightweight for this week. Oh,
Ah,
that's not my overall opinion. I want to give the boy a chance, but I just can't shake that gut feeling, and sometimes you have to go with your gut.
aye. No, definitely. Hopefully, we can see a bit more in the next few weeks, and he's got plenty of games to hopefully do that. And so we'll see what happens in terms of Junior Adamu. Thought it looked okay. Thought he gave us something different. In terms of the centre forward, obviously scores a goal. Which if he's not there and he's under a lot of pressure there by the way because he misses that, he's getting labelled a flop. or
Yeah,
he's
well,
getting.
I'll be honest with you, Josh. I was playing um, uh, what do you call it? Right back, um,
Araho,
Araho didn't touch it because he was offside. I was like,
aye,
don't
done
touch
well. He
it.
done well not to touch it. To be fair to the guy, man,
But
done really
no,
well.
lovely, lovely finish, and it's probably the only way he scores. If you
Aye,
actually look at the angle, it's
it's
probably the
just a
only
bit
way.
improvisation, and that's what I liked about it. He's under pressure. Let's be honest about it. He's under pressure that he has to score. You know, because if he doesn't, we're out the cup. Let's be honest. Because
Well, there's 3 seconds to go, so
the full time whistle had went had went um, straight away. So you know he's done well. A good bit of improvisation, and I'm going to be
probably
honest
the
with you.
latest ever goal at Celtic Park. There's a thing.
Aye, could be
Uh,
up there, aye. But I'm going to be honest with you. He, Johnny Kenny or Dyson Maeda don't do that.
they've not got the improvisation to back heel in, and then I'll say that.
They fire the
Over
ball.
for each other, getting each other's road or hit it straight at the goalkeeper or something.
Aye. So he does well there. I did say when we signed both Mvuka and Adamu that I was more excited about Adamu and I had more hope for Adamu. I think, you
Josh is
know,
a Bundesliga fan, folks, so probably
not even
that's
that. 'Cause I never
the
even. I'm not a pure super fan. I watch it, but I didn't even wasn't really too sure about Adamu even when we signed him. So I didn't really know much about him. But I just looked at his career path and thought, well, he's decent at Salzburg. So I thought, um, you know, he was decent. He's one of these players like Kevin Carra. He was decent before he got the bit kind of bigger move to obviously with Kevin Carra to Gladbach, and then
yeah. Well, everybody knows I'm a big Martin O'Neill fan, but even I was when he took Kevin Carr off for that for a Adamu, I'm like, why not play the two of them? Because Dundee aren't coming out. That was my one gripe. I thought I thought O'Neill would have went two up. I really thought he would have. But
aye, but no, but it was he's done well there. I think hopefully he can kind of with a striker if once we start scoring, hopefully as I said, we're going to need as much as we can have for this running of games.
we're
We're
going
going
to
to need
need
as much.
we're going to need legs as well. So maybe
Uh,
that's why Oxley Chamberlain's come in as well. So
I never even spoke about it. I mean, Alex Oxlade Chamberlain has been confirmed as well. I mean, we'll go into we'll speak about it and I'll finish talking about the actual game, then we can speak about it. I mean, we get an extra time, Alistair. I mean, and as you say, it kind of looked like we were going to win it. We score, I think, like a minute in extra time to net
yeah,
Kane.
it was almost like if the ref if the referee had played maybe 9 minutes extra time, I think we would have probably won it in 90 because as soon as that ball hit the net where Adamu's flick, Dundee, Dundee, you could see the Dundee bodies all over the floor. And I
Aye,
can understand why because they did put a hell of effort in. But that's a Celtic fans podcast, so no offence, boys, but I'm kind of glad you're heartbroken. So, obviously, but um, but no, mate, I'm just relieved to get through, and that's what Cup Fit is all about at the end of the day.
aye. In terms of positives, in terms of the players that I thought were good, Julian Arajo again I thought was solid.
Yeah, he's really impressing me.
And I know a lot of people have said he's worth a lot of money. Bournemouth spending £11 million on the guy.
You can see why.
Celtic should be doing all they can in the summer to have a look at this guy. There is no even on our loan
Aye,
because
well,
I'm
why no do
sorry.
I like, if he's not got to play for you, will you give us first refusal?
Aye, because I know Alistair Johnson is out injured. And that's probably why we've got him, and that's why he's playing. But having him and Alistair Johnson competing, that's how good a proper club operates, in my opinion.
Yeah, though, but I'll be honest, Josh, I don't, I, I'd love to keep him, but I don't know where the amount of rebuild that we've got on if that's going to be
I think
possible.
that's why maybe a loan will be a more feasible option if we were to keep him for maybe another year, like similar to we've done with Roberts, with Patrick Roberts. We kept him for another year, and
Yeah, yeah.
so that's probably the most feasible option if I'm being honest. But I know I thought he was solid again. Sebastian Tanecki, I'm going to give him a bit of a shout out because I've been a big critic of him. I mean,
If
just
he
with his
could
end
just
product.
work that final ball, Josh, he'd be
And I think
hell.
that's the positive. I think he is working on it. I think you can see he's starting to maybe getting a bit more, maybe not where we wanted to be, but he's more. And he spoke about how, like, I think, like Mark Fordry was been working with him, and you know, when that for a final ball, and he did admit in his post match interview that he knows he needs to work on it. So I'm just glad we're starting to maybe see a bit for Taneki. You know, we got the goal, we got that assist, he obviously scored in the previous round against Auckland Lake. Obviously had that decent finish that just went by the post. So yeah, I can start to see bits with Taneki, and yet again he's maybe, I don't know, this could not be true, or this could be further from the truth. But maybe it is just coming good at the right time for us when we need a bit more output.
He could be the hopefully turns into a left hand side Nicholas Kuhn because if you remember that's how Kuhn started. Started great for the first couple of games and then fell away and then had a big breakout season the following season. So let's hope that's the case with Taneki.
Aye. No, hopefully. I've just started to see bits and bobs that, he's clearly been, as he's been saying anyway, he's been working with Mark Fodging and the coaches, and they've been trying to kind of work on his final and his end product,
So
and he
you're going to
knows,
do the voice again there.
oh, money, I'll save all the embarrassment. But, I think he's been working, and he admitted that, as I said in his interview after the game, that he needs to work on that. But you know what? I thought it was good. Got the goal, got the assist. Adama, we've obviously discussed, he got the goal, which was the main thing. One last worry that I've got is the
Midfield,
midfield.
horrendous.
I mean, you may as well not even had one.
Can I
Um,
be honest, Josh, and I'm not being a smart ass when I say this. I suppose that's why we couldn't sell Arne Engels.
Arne Engels at this moment in time, and
He's our best midfielder.
exactly, there's probably not a high bar, but his, McGregor's not been good enough. Let's be honest. Hatate, I mean, was rubbish again.
Now, you
Let's.
know how much I like Rio Hatati, but even I was struggling in Saturday. I just thought,
There was actually a point where Carl McGregor's telling him, like, go forward. See, then he gives the ball back to Carl McGregor, and Carl McGregor then points to him, like, go forward. And he
what,
turns and goes back, and you're like, what? Like, that's no, you need to be more positive in that. We fling Bernardo in expecting Bernardo to come out with something, but we've not played the guy in God knows how long. You
well,
can't just expect
the
somebody.
last time Bernardo played was Auckland Lake Talbot.
I know, but he's not had a consistent run of games together where you can go like that. Do you know what? And I think Bernardo, was let down with Carl McGregor and Real Hatate as
I think
well.
that I think that midfield is a free. It's too similar, Josh. They make the
Aye.
same runs, and you need something a bit different in midfield, and hopefully, no put too much pressure on them, but hopefully the Ox can add a bit of something, a wee bit classier about it, and give McGregor a hand. I've never thought McGregor is a six. He's he's an eight. To get the best out of Cal McGregor, push him up one. And
But the problem is, I think, and this was always going to come. With Callum McGregor, I just think his legs are going. He just reminds me so much of Scott Brown during the COVID season.
it looks a bit like that. I will concede it looks a bit like that.
His legs just look, and that's always going to happen because we've played him for so long. Negrin, I mean, he's the
Nicholas
most
Green,
confusing player I think I've ever seen at Celtic. I mean, he done nothing.
We
I think he
should
had a
have.
shot in extra time. I think that was about it.
Aye. I mean, can I just say, I kind of, and Austin Trusty's really went under the radar, but he's been superb because he's holding that back line together at times. I know I say Kieran Tierney was good, but Kieran Tierney was good in a forward sense. But I felt Austin Trusty has really been, since Martin O'Neill's come in both spells, Josh, he's been outstanding.
Aye.
Outstanding, really has.
But obviously, I mean, just wrapping up the whole Dundee thing. Obviously, it's good to get into the next round. In the next round, also, we've got a tough tie away at Ibrox against Rangers in the quarter final. I mean,
It
there's
doesn't
obviously
get any tougher.
there's been a lot of chat around it. A lot of chat regarding allocation, so it'll be interesting to see what comes of that.
I, d- I don't think Rangers have got an option because I think it's SFA rules.
I don't know. I'm not 100% clear on what the rules are and stuff, but I would love to
I
see.
think we're entitled to a bigger allocation, George. I'm almost.
I've said for ages that I would like to at least say like 8,000 at Celtic Park Ibrox.
Yeah,
You can't
well,
sit you
you're.
can't sit there and promote the derby, but then have, and this goes for both Celtic and Rangers fans. You can't sit there and promote the derby and then have a minuscule amount of away fans.
Look, I've been unlucky and lucky at times, Josh, to be at Ibrox with 215. You don't even know we're there, truthfully. You don't. We're subbed in a corner and see all this 2 hours before the game. Not a fan of that either. But but as I say, man, I I do agree. I think we need to be big boys about it. I think we all want the allocations to be back.
I think even Rangers fans do. I think we all is it's one thing that Celtic Rangers fans can come together because we know it makes the derby better. And sometimes you're going to be able to, sit in Ibrox when you've been hammered, 2-3 nothing. But that's just then sometimes you're in Ibrox when you've hammered them 5 nothing. And
Oh,
that, but that's just the
disagree.
that's just the fun of it. And I
It's
don't know.
the fun part.
I've always said I miss the dart. The Celtic Rangers games, in my opinion, I've made it clear, need away fans. If that's either at Celtic Park or that's either at Ibrox, and I don't
It
mean a few
makes
hundred.
it. It makes it.
Aye,
It
it
makes
does.
it. It's a derby.
Aye, it's called a derby for a reason, you know. And I've just never. I've hated the whole, 200, 500 and all that. No, get a few thousand into Celtic Park or get a few thousand into Ibrox. As you said, Alice, it's time to be big boys about this and get it sorted because honestly, I'm sick of it. It's a derby.
I mean, see do you know the saddest sight I've ever seen at Ibrox? Apart from when we lost, obviously. But the saddest sight, you remember Kyogo's goal? And it was just sheer silence.
I imagine that and have full Brimham right behind that.
I know, mate. I know. I know.
So it's and as I said, you need to kind of be big boys about this and get it sorted because the crowd and the atmosphere makes a derby, and that's the way I kind of look at it. But in terms of kind of how this adds to the obviously schedule, we've already got it now means we'll play them twice in a week. Um, I mean, it doesn't
With
get much busier than that. If I bring up the
and the
schedule we've got,
Aberdeen in the middle.
if I bring up the schedule that we've got, start with the Morris game. I mean, if you look at that, it's Livingston at home. Then you've got Kilmarnock away. Then you've got Stuttgart at home. Then you've got Hibs at home. Then you've got Stuttgart. Oh, that's another one. Actually, give me 2 seconds. No, I think
Aye,
it's
you're
just
right. Stuttgart away. Then then
Aberdeen, and then you've got Rangers. It was just the thing you've been covering.
aye.
So then you've got Aberdeen at Pittodrie, and then you go to Ibrox again in the league, no, in the cup. Sorry. Um,
And
it's
let's be honest, the Stuttgart games, no been defeatist, but they're a bonus.
I
They
know though,
shouldn't be, but they are.
and I'm not gonna lie, it's a good schedule, and if we can, commit it to the right side, great. My issues are that if we go to the squad, but then it goes back to again the board, and it goes back again to everything else. But before I move on, I just want to also say, well done for those who boycotted the game Saturday. That's not me saying that people who went were wrong to do so, but as I said, we made our thing made clear. But well done for the people that boycotted the game,
Yeah, and
because
I just hope the, the talking meetings this week talk about being big boys, get the fans back in because we'll need them because we're fighting on all fronts here. So we need every advantage we can get.
aye. No, I just wanted to mention that before we kept going. But I also, in terms of the schedule, I mean,
You've still got
it's
that on, by the way, Josh.
I know, I'll put it out. But in terms of that, obviously that schedule, it's you
It's
can't get
mammoth,
much
mate.
difficult.
It's mammoth.
Aye, and it's as I said, it's good if we can come out the right side of it. Um, I've
But
got major doubts about that if we can because the way we've been left is such, and that's why I said it's no good when you're seeing players new signings been subbed at half time.
mm, yeah, definitely. And I know Mark O'Neill's selection on Saturday was questioned, but he had to do that because you can't keep flogging the same players.
Aye,
And by that I mean Engels, Maeda, Schmeichel, even it was nice to see Sarachi back and 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 Iñárritu's there as well. We're going to need all these options. We are going to need everybody, whether we like
aye,
it or whether we don't, mate.
no. As I say, we need everybody to contribute, and that includes the new signings, and that includes because you know without trying to look at it too negative, if we don't come out the right side of it, and the results don't go the way that we probably want them to go, especially probably in the two derby games, I hate to say this, our season could be over.
Josh, the one thing I would say, if we come out of this um, section of games, and I'm not even including the quarter final on this, if we come out of this section of games still in a league title, I'll be content because then it switches. Then you've got a good run of games.
Aye,
We need
no,
to get to
definitely.
that stage.
No, we need to get to that stage, and as I said, everybody's going to need to contribute, and that includes the fans as well. So the Celtic board get a fucking act together and get the Green Brigade back into the ground. Because if he's
Uh,
don't, I mean, he's have sabotaged enough this season. The
yeah,
club, you don't need to keep doing it. I mean, I really do hope those meetings that are going to take place, and hopefully we can get somewhere because we need the supporters. To get us kind of forward into these run of games. And that's the thing, there's all this talk about unity and all that, but the same people that are moaning about unity are the same people that are
the
still
unity is
back.
all one way with the fans.
But
We
that
had
these,
unity with the board.
the same unity, the people that are screaming about unity are the same people that are blocking us an ultras group to get from getting to the football. So it's up to them to make that decision. But if they had any proper sort of brains about it, they would go, you know what, let's just try to come to an agreement here and let's just try and get the supporters back into the stadium because we're going to need them. But just before I wrap up, Alice, have you got any final thoughts?
Yeah, Joyce, just one thing. Um, uh, Kieran Tierney's two two lunges um against him on Saturday. I wasn't enamoured with it. And still the one in his jaw, but even the Simon Money one, to me that is reckless and
Aye.
borderline
And
red.
by the way, just before we finish up, I've seen a lot of stuff about playing the Celtic score, blah blah blah. It's called minimal for
Minimum,
a reason. If you actually watch the game, you would see that Kieran Tierney has been flattened for about a minute. So
and
the
that's
only
where the
reason,
time came from.
so if Dundee don't make that foul, they're in the next round of the cup.
Yeah, absolutely. So,
So
in many ways, Josh, Dundee got what they deserve for that because he doesn't kick the boys' jaw in. Very similar to Yang at Tynecastle, but of
aye.
course,
But what I would say, anything next time you watch the football, it's minimum like 5 6 minutes. So it's no to Celtic scoring it. If you actually watch the game, you would see that Kieran Tierney get flattened and was on the ground for a minute. So anyway, but no, I'm going to wrap it up there for today's video, and we'll be back tomorrow at some point to preview Wednesday night's game as we return to Celtic Park to face Livingston. But until next time, I'll speak to you later, and hail hail.
hail, hail.